The line between father and son shatters. Yoon Seong smashes the glass door, grabbing Kim Nana, shielding her with every ounce of himself. Jin Pyo stops, gun raised, cold eyes fixed. Yoon Seong stares back, fierce, unflinching, yet his heart races for her safety. Then Jin Pyo lowers the weapon. He never meant to shoot, only to scare. The war isn't over. It's personal. Nana can't understand it. How can a father want his own son dead? When she asks Yoon Seong not to protect her like that again, it isn't selfishness. It's fear. She's watching him destroy himself. And when she tells him she'll become stronger, strong enough to protect him, something between them changes. Kim Jong-sik decides Kim Nana must die, not for personal reasons, but to hurt the city hunter. Revenge has no face, just a result. On camera, he becomes calm, blaming the missing money on the university. Tuition must rise. He dresses greed in words like responsibility and necessity. On the legal front, prosecutor Kim Young-ju pays for his last name. He's removed from the city hunter case and from the missing money investigation. The reason is brutal and simple. He is Kim Jong-sik's son. Trust cracks, because how could his father hide 200 million at home and he not know? Young-ju stands in front of his father, not as a son, as a prosecutor. He asks him to turn himself in, to the law and to the truth, because deep down he still hopes there's something human left to save. But Kim Jong-sik shows no remorse. Power has replaced conscience. The money belongs to him, he says, as if he's talking about property, not ruined lives. And when he hears about Nana's parents, he calls them unlucky. That's the moment Young-ju breaks. For the first time, he doesn't see a corrupt politician. He sees a man who truly believes his life is worth more than everyone else's. Yoon Seong and Kim Nana search for Sik Jung. He's trying to find Yoon Seong's mother. They spot him crossing the street, and in the next second, a car slams into him, right in front of their eyes. The license plate belongs to Kim Jong-sik. At the hospital, Yoon Seong collapses. The fear of losing another person he loves crushes him, and something darker is born. Fear of himself. How far can he go for the people he loves? Later, Young-ju is honored publicly, and in front of everyone, Yoon Seong reveals the truth. The video plays. Kim Jong-sik's voice fills the room. Arrogant, cold, superior. Nana is there, frozen. Is it true? Is the man fighting corruption the son of a monster? Kim Jong-sik tries to escape, but Yoon Seong is already in his car, a knife at his throat. A warning whispered through clenched teeth. Suddenly, Kim Jong-sik jerks the wheel. The car swerves. He throws the door open, jumps out, and runs. Yoon Seong follows. A bridge, a slip, a body hanging over the void. In Yoon Seong's mind, the woman who raised him dies all over again. For a moment, he turns away. Then he hears Nana's voice. She doesn't want him dead. She wants him punished. Yoon Seong turns back, runs to save him. And then, Kim Jong-sik lets go. He falls, right in front of his son's eyes. Justice doesn't come through revenge. It comes through the weight of one's own actions. And Yoon Seong is left with a single question. How close can you get to the darkness without being swallowed by it? Yoon Seong is still in shock. His body is here. His mind is frozen. Then the phone rings. It's his father. And with just a few words, the truth hits him. Kim Jong-sik didn't hurt Sik Jung. His father did. Yoon Seong rushes at him, burning with rage. How could you do this to Ajushi? Jin Pyo doesn't blink. It was the only way, he says, to see hatred in your eyes. He demands blood for 1983. All the people around Yoon Seong will keep suffering. That's when Yoon Seong breaks. The only one you care about is me. He grabs a sharp object and drives it into his hand. Blood spills. Does it hurt now? He won't become a killer. Young-ju is consumed by rage. From now on, he says, he will always be one step behind Yoon Seong, and one day he will arrest him. Because in his eyes, Yoon Seong is not a hero. He is a killer. That word cuts deeper than any wound. Later, Nana sees Yoon Seong's bleeding hand, but the real pain is in his eyes. He tells her everything and asks her to leave. Not because he doesn't love her, but because he loves her too much to lose her. He was never a son. He was a weapon. And Nana doesn't run. She understands him. She doesn't judge him. For one moment, Yoon Seong doesn't feel like a monster. He feels human. Nana confronts Yoon Seong's father alone, without fear. He threatens to kill her. She doesn't flinch. She tells him she's used to being a shield, and warns him she will fight back. Sik Jung wakes up. Before the accident, he found Yoon Seong's mother. Yoon Seong runs to her. He finds his mother weak and ill, her body drained by sickness. When she sees him, her eyes fill with tears. "I never forgot you," she whispers. "Not for a single day. I thought of you every morning, every night." Her voice trembles as she apologizes for not recognizing him, for all the lost years, for everything she couldn't protect. Yoon Seong stands frozen. He doesn't know how to receive this. He was raised for revenge, not for warmth, not for touch. President Cheon speaks about 1983, calls the soldiers traitors. That lie ignites everything. Watching the interview, Jin Pyo seethes with rage. Disgusted by the lies, he makes a decision. He will approach Cheon as an investor, gain his trust, and destroy him from the inside. President Cheon gives the order. Prosecutor Young Ju has to die. He's learned too much. He's investigating him. So it must look like something else. An accident. A suicide. Yoon Seong hears it all. Runs, breaks the window, saves Young Ju. As he leaves, Young Ju grabs his leg. Not gratitude, not alliance, just conflict. Law against truth. The fight isn't over. Like, subscribe, and don't miss the next episode.